Yeah, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Fox here, and I have a battle that I had about a week ago with Sucker4Jessica. I meant to have this up a long time ago, honestly, but it messed up, and I don't know why. So I have to redo the narration and all of that. So whatever. As you can see, he has two huge, incredible threats on his side with the Entei and the Sigalith. Now I know Sigalith is going to be your standard run-of-the-mill booster set of some sort with stored power and just all around annoying. But the Entei really surprised me. We'll get to that later. So I'm going to lead off with the Yuxi. He leads off with the Snover. I'm going to lay out my rocks now because he can't stop me from doing it. Now the Blizzard damage, honestly, at first it made me think, okay, he might be Specs because I'm not invested, but it's still a lot of damage from Snover. I know Snover doesn't have the best offensive capabilities, but still. And so I go for the U-turn, and I don't honestly know why. I think I wanted to bring in Crawdon and kind of get like a little mini sweep going, because if I could have gotten him in, I could have Dragon Dance and it did a lot of damage to this Steelix because he'd either have to attack me or phase me out. He did tell me that it wasn't, your normal sturdy set, so it's sheer force, but I don't know what moves he's actually packing. I know for a fact he's not packing Bulldoze, so that's something. And judging by, the leftovers, he's not like an offensive set. It's more like probably the defensive kind of like sturdiest Wallace tank. So that's cool. But I'm gonna get up a layer of spikes because I feel like hazards would actually greatly aid me, especially dealing with that Entei, and it really limits the switch ins he can have. I think with at least 2 layers of spikes, it makes it only where he has at least 3, and then with Flare Blitz recoil, it will really lessen his opportunities to come in. So that was really the thinking there. So now I go into Rotom, and I don't know really why. I think I wanted just to burn it, but then again, it's not really all that necessary. He goes for the Crunch, and that does a lot of damage. That did a heck of a lot of damage. And so, judging by how much it did, I think if I didn't get the burn, honestly had like a 25% chance of dying because he would have one-hit KO'd me. So that just shows you how powerful a sheer force tank is. I don't think he has any investment in attack, so that's something to think about. I go for the Pain Split, just kind of get some recovery and possibly switch out and kind of go into maybe, I was thinking actually going into Crawdaunt there because I know I could take at least one hit, and hoping that he wouldn't have, Roar or Dragon Tail or something like that. I could go for the Dragon Dance and kind of get like a little mini sweep, but instead he brings in Snover to take the Pain Split, and I lose HP. He goes for the Ice Shard to get as much damage on me as possible, possibly looking for a crit or hoping he can KO, but I am max defense. So now he brings in the threat known as Entei, and I'm really, really scared because I don't know what he's packing, but I see that he has Lava Plume. So now I'm thinking that he's either a... Well, actually, I'm really thinking he's a calm mindset. I mean, he could be defensive, but then again, it really wouldn't make sense because Entei doesn't really have a real good mean of recovering. He doesn't have a necessary means of recovering HP outside of like wrist support and leftovers and rest and all that. So I don't know. I just really thought it might have been Calm Mind, but I'm gonna go into Sock now because I just want to get this thing down. I just want to get this thing killed. And I was thinking, okay, what if he brings in Steelix? Then I can open up a hole for Drudigon and kind of get and start poking holes in his team and then kind of clean up Crawdon or possibly with Drudigon. He goes into Sigalith now, and I kind of forgot he even had it, which was dumb because it's like a big threat no matter what team it's on. And I was like, okay, I can just go ahead and do this and get as much damage on him as possible. Go into Drudigon, but then he comes in. So I go into Drudigon now, and I don't know why I didn't switch. I really was thinking, okay, I'm gonna switch to Yuxi, take the burn. I'm gonna be faster than it. I'm going to U-turn out, get some damage, and then go into my, what's his name? Sock. Okay, I had a brain fart for like 2 seconds. Go into my Sock and then Stone Edge and kind of do all that stuff, and then kind of clean him up with, Drudigon because he'd have to Roost, and I could do at least more than half with Life Orb boosted Outrage. And if he doesn't go for Roost after the Stone Edge, then he would have to either die or something. I just had the plan, but I just didn't go with it. So now I got to stay in and get burned and watch him burn stall me, which really sucks. But it's my own fault because I lost Drudigon for no reason. I play like a complete noob right now, so I'm gonna end up dying. So really, honestly, if I would have went with my original course of action, I would have been fine. So I'm gonna make another misplay. I'm gonna go into my Crawdon, hoping I'm faster even though he's 1 point faster than me. And I was thinking, okay, even if he's faster than me, there's nothing he can do because Psycho Shift's not going to work, but it does, and I completely forgot it does. I honestly forgot that moves that work on both Pokemon, even if they're used on a type that normally has an immunity on them, works, such as Pain Split on Ghost types, Psycho Shift on Dark types, stuff like that. I was kind of thinking of the whole, what's that called, Mirror Coat and counter deal, but that's not the case. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and step this up and get a Dragon Dance, and I probably should just went for Dragon Dance when I think about it, because I probably have a little bit more. I would have actually more HP than I normally would have, and I probably could have went for another Dragon Dance on Entei and did a lot more damage to his team. But then again, I guess it doesn't really matter. But he just goes into Entei to fodder him off. And yeah, if I knew I wasn't faster, I really would have went for the Dragon Dance instead of going for the substitute, wasting HP and really just putting myself in a worse position than I'm in already. So now he's gonna make a lot of questionable plays in the next series of plays. He's gonna make a lot of questionable plays because he goes into Lantern, and now Lantern can take at least 1 or 2 hits. I think he can take 2 hits actually, even after hazards and hail and all that. Break my sub and then kill me, but he switches into his Drapion, and it doesn't take a lot of damage, yeah, but after the hazards and all of that and hail, it's gonna take some damage. Now, I'm just gonna switch to Waterfall because, or I'm actually gonna stay with Crunch because I know he's gonna switch, and even if he doesn't, then I still get some extra damage on the Drapion, and I get to see what kind of set it is. But he goes back into Lantern, and I'm gonna be able to almost take it out. The hail won't knock it out, so I'm gonna have to go for another move, and it'll be a double down at the end of the day. Now, I thought his Drapion was Life Orb, but he ended up telling me that his Drapion was Scarfed. So that was actually very interesting. It's got Night Slash, Rock Slide, Fire Feint, and Aqua Tail, I think. I'm not sure. So now here, this is where things get interesting. Now I know I can live, or I know I can knock out Sigilyph, because he told me it was timid, so I was like, okay, he has no defensive investment. I know I can knock it out, even when I'm burned. I'm going to do enough damage to where even when I'm burned, I'm going to knock him out. Now, the train of thought was, I'm going to knock out Sigilyph with the second Stone Edge, switch into Uxie, and then try to knock out Drapion with an Earthquake. I missed the Stone Edge, so now he gets the chance to roost, and now he will be able to live a Stone Edge, barring a crit. Now, because he said that his Drapion was Scarfed, that honestly, right there, that miss, even if I got the crit here, it probably would have been the game anyway, because I would have to switch, and I probably wouldn't have lived a Night Slash. I think he is Jolly, but I probably wouldn't have lived a Night Slash after switching into Stealth Rock. And then he probably would have lived, maybe, Earthquake. I'm not sure, because I think Drapion has a better defense than Sigilyph, but we won't ever know, because eventually he's just going to be able to roost stall me with the burn and the hail, and I'm not going to be able to do anything to him at this point, because the only moves that I have on Uxie are Psychic and U-Turn, and U-Turn's not going to do nearly anything to the Sigilyph, and Psychic will definitely not do anything. So that's going to be a good game in his favor. It's 2-0. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had fun playing. I haven't played Wi-Fi in a long time. Whoop, knocked over Ken. And yeah, so comment, like, subscribe, guys. I'm going to try to bring you more content when I can. It's just hard to find a Wi-Fi battle nowadays. So yeah, but like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching, and peace out. Ooh, baby.